Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, we asked for your opinion on the Drew Barrymore show, and boy, did you give it to us.
Adios. Goodbye, everybody. I'm leaving. True or false?
Then Kimmel presses the new Bachelorette on if she's really leaving the show mid-season. Also today, a local paranormal expert wants to do more than find ghosts. She wants to help them. Find out how. And heard all the stuff about the new iPhone coming out, but not sure if it's worth it to upgrade? We are going to try and help you out today. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show on this Wednesday, the most productive day of the week. Look at Jenna in there, our virtual audience member. Look, I'm loving Jenna already. She's sassy. That's right, she is. I'm Jay. Thank you for being here, everyone. Hope you're having a really good Wednesday. I missed her yesterday. She was getting fake eyelashes permanently implanted into her eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kendall, everybody.
Hello.
Those eyelashes look beautiful.
Thank
that surgery
you.
went well, Kendall.
Successful operation. I can't sleep with my eyes closed, but it's
they're
fine.
beautiful, Kendall. And for those who do not have a sense of humor, I'm only kidding. She does not have fake eyelashes.
Actually, I do, but they're not permanently glued into my face.
Okay. You look lovely as always.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you. Wearing the gray
Welcome.
suit. Did you have a good day off? And tell the folks what you did, which was nothing, right? Yeah,
Did nothing. I just slept.
Okay, segment over. There we go. Let's move on. I mean, that's it. Yeah.
I mean, that was really it. Honestly, it's just one of those things where sometimes you're like, I need a day to just like clean my house, do my laundry, do some outdoor work,
Yeah.
sleep in our case.
And you did that.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Well, you know what we're going to do right now? We're going to talk to our virtual audience member. Let's say hello to Jenna. Hi, Jenna. Okay, we got to tell you, we are watching you. I don't know if you know this, but we can see you here in the studio. We were watching you before the open ran, and we were all going, we are loving her. We can tell you are sassy. We are liking this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very sassy.
I love your hair. Your hair is beautiful.
Thank you.
Look
It's very long.
No, I love it. Well, are you ready to gossip with us a little bit today, Jenna?
Oh, yes.
Okay, we're gonna check in with Jenna throughout the show. But before we do that, I got to tell you, I mentioned my mom a lot, the Dar. She's here now. We rescued her from Lake Charles, Louisiana. And I also, even before that, she would call in, and we always talked about her dogs. My mom likes big dogs, even though this is how big my mom is, right there. That's about as big as my mom is. That's the Dar. But she always likes big dogs. She's had Great Danes, and then she had 2 Mastiffs, and now she has a Mastiff, Radar. And if you don't know how big a Mastiff is, it's basically, I call it a dinosaur. It's a little bit smaller than a T-Rex, and just a little bit smaller. So yesterday, we took Radar to his very first Minnesota vet visit. Because, when you move, you got to find new doctors. You got to find new vets. So I took some video to show you how big the dog actually is. That is Radar, and you can see my little mom there. That's how big he is in conjunction to an adult female. Look at that. My mother could ride him to St. Paul if she needed to. I don't even know why I drove her. She could have rode Radar to the vet appointment herself. But anyway, that's the baby right there. Oh, there he is peeing. It's lovely.
And now he pees.
And now in instant slow motion for you to get a total look at us. And the term gentle giant totally applies to Radar.
Yeah.
Gentle giant, but protects my mom, which I love. Wasn't too sure yet about the good folks at the Larpenter Pet Hospital. He doesn't know these people from Adam or Eve. He was he's like, and then my mom went in there and calmed him down, and he's giant.
Big dogs are so ironically, my in-laws, they have 2 bull mastiffs. They have a boy and a girl, and they're coming to visit this weekend.
Oh, nice.
So like, how funny is that? I'm like, oh, I forgot how big they are until I just remembered.
Are the in-laws about as big as Radar there?
Oh yeah, because Cooper, he's 100. I think he's like 130, I want to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just huge. And then Ivy's a little smaller, but.
Like us all, during the pandemic, we're all trying to lose weight. Radar has lost 10 pounds. He went
is that
from,
good or bad?
It's good. He went from 187 to a very lean 177 for a dog. Again, my mom, Radar.
Radar.
That's the comparison right there. Yeah. Jenna, have you ever seen a dog that big? A 177-pound dog?
No.
No, believe me.
No.
No. Do you have any pets, Jenna?
I have a dog, 2 cats, and a hamster.
Oh, good Lord. It's like Wild Kingdom up in there. I love it. Okay, Jenna's standing by. We're going to get to the hot dish and go back to Jenna a little bit later. Let's get started, Leo. Here we go. I did it calmly today. Very calm.
Very nice.
I was taught good table manners. The Bachelorette has officially returned. Thank goodness. Claire's season kicked off last night. It's the most talked about season ever, thanks to rumors that Claire fell in love right away and left mid-season. Well, she was on Kimmel last night, and Jimmy pressed her on that, and she was like a politician. She didn't really answer. Look at this.
The rumor is that you hit it off with Dale so famously that you said, that's it. I'm not going through this charade. I'm not going through this whole process. I found the guy. That's why I came. And adios. Goodbye, everybody. I'm leaving. True or false?
Well, that's what the rumor is. I can confirm that that is false. But that did not happen like that. So.
Oh, you're confirming that that is false.
Correct.
Interesting. So you might be lying right now, because I'm pretty sure that it ended right there. Like that they supposedly brought in, they had to go for a pinch bachelorette and bring in Tayshia to fill out the rest of the season. Did that happen? And remember,
Jimmy, I showed up.
You are
What's
under
that?
oath, and you are speaking not just to America, but to Jesus himself is watching this.
I promise you, I showed up. I was there for the journey. I was there to fall in love, and I saw my season through to find out what I was looking for.
Let me just say this. If you did
Whatever. And can we remove the word journey? I'm so sick of... Kendall, will you go on this TV journey with me? It's so cheeseball. Anyway, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that she leaves early, okay? She leaves early. And then the other woman comes in to fill out the rest of the season. Coming up a little bit later, producer Ted will give us his full recap, because you know Ted is our Bachelorette correspondent.
Thank God.
Because I don't want to watch this
I
crap.
know you don't.
Jenna, do you watch The Bachelor or Bachelorette?
No.
See, this is why I've been loving the virtual audience. They know me. They know the show so well. Jenna didn't even wait until I finished the... Kendall, she didn't even wait. She's like, no, I don't watch this crap. Have you ever watched any of The Bachelor nonsense?
Absolutely not.
Okay, now I want to get a sense of your TV taste. Give me some shows you're watching, or an A show you're watching right now.
I started watching Next.
Oh, do you like it here on Fox? Thank you for promoting that. Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Do you have Netflix? Do you have any of the streaming sites?
Netflix, yeah, and Hulu too.
Okay. If you like Next, go watch Away. Not right now, finish the show, but Away on Netflix. Go watch that one.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to check in with Jenna a little bit later. I'm loving her.
She didn't even need you to finish.
All of the audience members, they know the show so well. They know that, just get in there. Just don't even give me a minute. Just answer the question. Next on the dish, the NBA Finals just wrapped up. The Lakers won the title after spending months in the bubble at Disney World. You all know that. They couldn't leave. That's how it was a success this season. One of the stars of the team, Anthony Davis, also was on Jimmy to talk about the Disney bubble experience. Look at this.
Now that you're back in LA, what is the best thing about being out of the bubble?
You get to sleep in your own bed. That's the first thing everybody did when they got home. They just went in and lied in the bed for hours, just being able to, be home and kind of move freely, without wearing masks or worry about somebody getting tested or anything like that. So we're able to be in our own homes and just be back with our families and get some sleep in our own beds.
Do you think you will ever go to Disney World again after 3 months? No.
Probably not. Probably not for at least 2 years. We're even talking about boycotting playing Orlando Magic for a while.
I get it. As much as I love Disney, there was that family a couple years ago that won a contest. They got to go to Disney for a month, 30 days straight. Now, I love it. I don't know if I could do that.
Too much.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of Mickey pretzels. That's a lot of money. No, that's a lot of...
Mickey pretzels.
I'm just saying, it is. Next in the dish, Gloria Estefan was on Drew Carey's talk show yesterday.
Drew Carey still has a talk show?
Gloria Estefan was on Drew Barrymore's new talk show yesterday. Sorry, I'm thinking about those Mickey pretzels. Talking about her new Facebook Watch show, Red Table Talk. And Gloria, Miss Conga, talked about her kids' dating life. Look at this.
I confess I went on my son's first date.
I love this.
With him. He was in 5th grade, and he wanted to ask an older girl to the movies. And I didn't want to tell him no. And then Emily never dated. So or at least I didn't know she was dating. Let's put it that way.
She was like, how do I get my mom to not come on this date? I'm just not going to tell her.
Thank God, or else you would have been on all my dates.
Red Table Talk, the Estefans, features Gloria, her daughter, and her niece, and it's available on Facebook Watch. Did your parents go on any dates with you? Did they do that?
Oh gosh, no. My cousin always did threaten to stalk me though if I ever went on a date to a movie theater. Like he would just sit behind me and throw popcorn.
Oh, really?
And do this. He didn't ever do it, but he always threatened me. It was terrifying. Did yours?
No, Dar trusted me. I mean,
Yeah.
what was I gonna do with it? I mean, seriously, she knew.
You had a water
She's like,
bed, I
oh,
mean.
we're fine. We're not. There's nothing to worry about with this kid. But no, they never did that. At least I don't know. Maybe, Mom, if you did, text me. I don't think she ever spied on me as far as on dates.
You were harmless. Like
I joke with her. I was a good kid.
Yeah.
I really didn't, yeah. Yesterday, actually, speaking of Drew Barrymore, we talked about Drew's new show, and you guys had some thoughts of your own. We asked you, we said, hey, are you guys liking this now that it's been a few weeks? Let's read some of the comments. Lynn said, I really like Drew. I wanted to like her show, but I just don't. She exhausts me. Well, yeah, I get it. Sally says, 2 thumbs down for Drew's show. I liked her before, but she's driving me nuts now. And Audrey says, love her, hate the show. Ooh. Okay. And that was we picked those 3. Don't think, oh, we just only picked the negative ones. We picked some that kind of represent the bulk of the comments.
Right.
And that was the bulk of the comments. That was kind of a thread. Love Drew, don't love the show. Mm-hmm. I get
Whoopsies.
it. I always try to be careful over criticizing because I have a strong personality and I'm not everybody's cup of joe.
You're my cup of joe.
Well, you're my cup of orange juice. I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
Speaking of orange juice, go get yourself another cup. We'll be right back after this.
We are just getting started. Still ahead, my friends. A local psychic medium wants to do more than just communicate with ghosts. She actually wants to help them. How and why? She'll tell us. Then you've heard the hoopla over the new iPhones coming out, but should you really upgrade? Is it worth it? I'll try and break it down for you. And it's the most dramatic season in Bachelorette history. And we have the most dramatic man in Minnesota to help us understand it all. Ted. That is all coming up.
I'll try this one more time.
We're going to come over here.
I think the animal senses that I'm a little nervous tonight. Nothing's going right, and I'm a little nervous.
Offer your hand to the lady like a gentleman.
Hey! Oh! She's...
You're a big man. It's a little monkey. She won't hurt you.
She's gonna leap at me and pull a vein out of my neck and kill me.
A distinct possibility. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, if you missed the show yesterday, we talked about this clip right here. A classic moment from Late Night with David Letterman on NBC featuring Dave and a rhesus monkey in a dress. Sorry, I just look at that. Is there a better double screen 2-box in TV right now? Me and the monkey. We're still laughing today about our guest, our buddy. I think she's our friend now, Madeline Smithberg, yesterday on the show. The producer who booked that clip while working with Letterman in the 1980s. And it was, that show, Kendall, I missed you yesterday for a lot of reasons. You would have loved, you remember Madeline when she was here the first time.
I remember. How do you forget her?
Yeah, she was great. And that recipe, I can't wait to try. I ended up, the reason we're talking about it again is because I ended up watching that clip of Dave, the full segment, over and over, and it just gets better and better and better and better. That monkey just kept. It's one thing if, like, you know, Johnny Carson used to have animals that would jump at him once. No, the difference here, the monkey never warmed up to Dave. It was 7 minutes of horror. Well, while she was discussing Dave and the monkey during our show yesterday, it reminded all of us on our show of something that happened when I came face to face with an unexpected creature. And Kendall wasn't a part of our show yet, so I don't think she's seen this. Check out this clip from the summer of 2017.
You're a branch. You're a branch. You're a branch. Nice and easy. Be a branch.
Be a
Up
branch.
a little higher.
Be a branch. Be a branch. Be a branch.
There we go.
Be a branch. Be a branch.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm holding on.
There we go. Look at that. So the biggest bat in the world is a fruit-eating bat, and
I am sweating.
You did great.
Yeah. Yeah, that moment was a bat conservationalist brought in the biggest bat I've ever seen in my life. And
that
it
is
just,
freaky.
Oh, and it just kept going. The bat, he wanted me to get near it. I got near it. It freaked me out. I screamed 3 or 4 times. Oh, there I am again. There, yeah, anyway.
You look so uncomfortable. I can just like no.
Yeah, no, I was. I was uncomfortable almost the whole segment because I don't mind animals,
right?
But that scared me. I think I get scared. Yep, there we go. There I am again. Yeah.
Well, especially when he's letting go, and you're like, okay, I can't let go of this poor bat.
Well,
but
and
like,
that thing's huge. Look at the size of that bat.
No.
It's giant.
I wouldn't even want to touch that thing.
No. He was so. I got to tell you, dealing with me, I'm a goofball. That guy was so nice. He was so friendly. So friendly. Well, next in the dish, Hoda was on with Andy Cohen last night, and he brought a special guest in to grill her for his famous game, Plead the Fifth. Look.
Kathy Lee has 3 questions. You may plead the 5th to only one. Kathy Lee Gifford, first question, please.
Hoda, who do you think was my least favorite guest of all time? And I bet it was yours, too.
Yeah. It was, I know exactly who that is. It's Frank Sinatra Jr.
That is who Kathy Lee said as well.
It was the worst guest we've ever had, bar none. He came for a book. He had a book he was promoting, and he didn't want to talk about it, so he didn't say anything.
Classic.
So weird.
Classic.
Hoda, tell the truth. What's the most you've ever been annoyed at me before we went on the air? What comes to mind?
The most I've ever been annoyed at Kathy Lee. I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
All right.
Good call. The final question, Hoda had to name 3 Kathy Lee Gifford songs, and she actually did it. I love Kathy Lee, and I can't do it, other than the Carnival Cruise line. If they can see me now on a Carnival Cruise. Yeah. Do you remember? You were too young when Kathy Lee Gifford did endorsements for Carnival Cruise Line. And Kathy Lee had these giant hats walking around the Aloha deck, singing to senior citizens, you know.
I could see it. I could see it.
It was my all-time worst guest.
Yes. Are you going to plead the 5th, or are you going to say it?
Oh, no, I'll say it, Norm Macdonald. It was over on The Buzz. So if you're new to me or new to the show, I anchored the news over on Channel 9, and then I did a show, it's running, it's on right before us, called The Buzz. And it was Alex, myself, and Keith Marler. And if you don't know anything, if you are not in this market, Keith Marler and I are like brothers, like little brother, older brother, and we like to just mess with each other. And Keith likes chaos. And he said this before the show. Keith enjoys chaos. I do not. I don't, and more so, I don't like to be embarrassed. Yeah. That is the thing. I do not like to be embarrassed. Keith, Norm Macdonald was throwing the whole segment, and he was live on the set. He was just mean, and he was throwing, and Keith was laughing, and he was throwing scripts in the air, and Keith was laughing hysterically, loving the moment. Alex and I, if you go back and look at that tape, my friend Alexis always says, you can see everything on my face. I can't hide anything. If you go back and look at that tape, I was livid. Like it was one of the, people think Keith and I fight all the time, which drives me nuts. We do not at all. I love Keith. Other people drive me nuts, but Keith I love. It was one of the only 2 times that I really wanted to smack him across the forehead. I was so mad at Keith.
And
We
then
got in the
leave.
commercial break. I was so mad at him. But yeah, legit mad at him. But yeah, Norm Macdonald, horrible. Love him as a comedian, hate him as a guest. Next in the dish, big news for the long-awaited sequel, The Coming to America. Paramount is reportedly in the process of selling the movie, Coming to America 2, to Amazon. The deal is worth $125 million, and Variety says the movie will begin streaming on December 18th. Paramount had been exploring options for the film in light of all, look, there's Louie. Look at our buddy Louie. In light of, all the theater closures around the country. Final details, they're still working them out, but 2 consumer marketing tie-ins with McDonald's and Crown Royal are also expected to go through. So, yeah.
And what does that even mean? So
because there's a spinoff of McDonald's in Coming to America that Eddie works at.
Oh, okay. So it's all just a
tie-in. Here's the point of the story. This is huge news for Amazon because Coming to America 2 would have been a giant hit in theaters. I would put every amount of money on it. It would have been, this will get people to subscribe to Amazon Prime. Guarantee you their numbers will go up. Very much the same way The Mandalorian had Disney Plus numbers go up. Yeah, because I can't wait to see this. And I can't wait to see our buddy Louie in it as well. Louie, come back and see us, by the way. I miss him. Next in the dish, Kate Hudson was on Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop podcast yesterday. I got to listen to that episode later. And the two talked about some of their most memorable kisses. And Kate didn't hold back when talking about her worst kiss. She said anytime she kisses Matthew McConaughey, it's not good. She says whenever they kiss, it's always in a less than desirable circumstance. Like in the movie Fool's Gold right here, everyone. They crash the plane in the end, and he has snot all over his face. Gwyneth said, for her, it's Robert Downey Jr. She said it's like kissing her brother. And for Kate's best kiss, she said kissing Billy Crudup in Almost Famous was good, but it got edited out of the movie. Yeah, I know. Jenna, out of all those people, Robert Downey Jr., Matthew McConaughey, or Billy Crudup, who would you like to smooch the most?
None of them.
Okay. Oh, God. Jenna's never leaving. We're keeping Jenna on the show. We don't need any more virtual audience members. We're just going to have Jenna on every day. Oh, Jenna. Here, Jenna, you're onto something because can I tell you something? I met Matthew McConaughey and he smelled funky. See? Yes, you were right. No, he did. He smelled like a dirty man.
I could see that.
Yeah, like he needed to bathe. Can you see that, Jenna? Can't you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he would smell a little bit.
Wait.
Thank you, sweetheart.
If Jenna wouldn't kiss any of those guys, who would she kiss?
Yeah, Jenna,
That's
who is on your kiss? That's a great question, Kendall. Who is on your kiss list, Jenna?
Robert Pattinson.
Oh, really? Really? You find him?
Oh, yeah.
That is fascinating. You find him attractive?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see? Okay.
The vampire version.
The vampire.
Sure.
Yeah. See? Okay. I get it. Thank you, Jenna. We're going to check in with Jenna a little bit later. Still ahead, everybody. We're chatting with an author and a psychic medium and how she gets to know spirits. Like, she literally gets to know them. They like hang out and stuff and helps them cross over. And then, also coming up, after months of intense anticipation, The Bachelorette returned to prime time last night. Producer Ted gives us his take on the dramatic new season. That and more when we come back. Back in a moment, everyone. They hang out. They go to Popeye. Welcome back. We love talking about paranormal activity on the show, not the movie. I can't stand the movie, but the real thing. Thank you, Kendall. And our next guest has written a book about helping spirits and ghosts cross over. Please welcome to our show the author of The Spirit's Way Home, Natalie Fowler. Hi, Natalie.
Good morning.
Natalie, okay, I'm fascinated with you for several reasons, because on my card here, it says, former soccer mom and lawyer turned psychic medium. I've been doing this a long time. I've never had that written about a guest. So as quickly as you can, how did you do this? How did you go from being a lawyer to a psychic medium?
Well, actually, I should add that I still am a soccer mom, which
Yes.
makes this a lot of fun.
Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But yes, it was an interesting transition that actually took quite a while, as you might imagine. When I was a little girl, I was just fascinated by ghost stories. And I was always the kid at the campfire that could just never get enough. But what I was looking for in a ghost story, I could never actually find. When you're hearing a ghost story, they're often told by the perspective of how scary it is to have a ghost in your house, or how scary it is to see a ghost.
Yeah.
And I always thought it would be equally scary to be the ghost. So that was just something I was always looking for. I thought it would be scary if you were supposed to go somewhere that you and couldn't, and what was that like? And so it just, my life actually took a very practical route.
Yeah.
And I went on to law school, and I was surrounded by all these really concrete and rational thinkers. And it actually gave me the idea for a creative piece. I thought it would be really interesting to take a character who is trained to think logically and rationally, like a lawyer, and give them something completely irrational, like a ghost. So I started writing fiction work. And in the course of doing that, I started to realize I actually had some of these gifts myself, and they started to kind of wake up. And here I am. That's the very short version of how I got here.
Natalie, when you say this, this just fascinates me. When you say the skill or the talent or the gift woke up, what do you mean by that? Let me ask you a more specific question. What was one of the first signs that you had the gift?
You know, I actually went to a psychic myself when I was trying to get my books published. And she told me, she said, you have a lot of these gifts yourself, and pretty soon you're going to be doing readings for people and helping spirits. And I actually laughed out loud at her. And I said, wait, I like to sit in dark, creepy basements and write my own ghost stories. I don't like to actually do this work. And she, but at the same time, I took what she said very seriously and realized that it was kind of like a puzzle piece clicked into place. I realized I did have some of these gifts, and I couldn't deny them any longer. So I figured I'd better figure out what to do with that. And it wasn't long after that I started to see kind of what I was supposed to be doing with those gifts.
Well, and speaking of what you're supposed to be doing, I've been saying all morning that you just don't want to speak to them. You want to help them. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Yes, I just have a compassion. Ever since I was little, I've always had a compassion for that perspective, wanting to help them get to where they're supposed to go and not be stuck anymore. And that's actually how my gift works. Whenever I'm working with an energy that needs help, I often just get a download of the story. It's almost like somebody sticks a flash drive in me, and I get the whole story all at once. It's not like I'm seeing a movie or a vision or anything like that. I just get the whole story, and often that story comes with the things that they need to hear, or the reasons that they chose not to go to the light when they were supposed to.
So okay, that's interesting. So it'll just hit you like right, and I'm not making a joke about this. You could get off this interview, and you could, because I really want to understand this. And I think people do too. The gift works like this. You would get done with this interview. You could be sitting talking to your kids, and then all of a sudden you would have this story. You would know the life story of a ghost, of their existence. Am I hearing you right?
Yeah, I have to kind of tap into it. So I think that's for my own protection. I don't just walk around in Walmart getting information about everything and everyone.
Well, thank goodness. You don't want to do that in a Walmart, let me tell you. Yeah.
No, but when I'm working, and when I'm working in this, doing the work that I do, I have to, it's kind of a meditative state. And then that's usually when I get a download of information. But yes, there are some stories in the books about how there have been things that have followed me home here or there, and taps on the wall or thunks on the floor. And I wake up in the middle of the night and figure I better figure out what that is before somebody else wakes up and gets frightened by it.
Talk to me about, real quick, we have about a minute left. We have a picture. Palmer House Hotel, one of the most famous haunted places here in Minnesota. What's your opinion of the Palmer House?
Oh my goodness. The Palmer House is actually my home away from home. I spend a lot of time up there. I love everyone there dearly, both the living employees and what we've come to call the unregistered guests. There are a lot of spirits there who have chosen to stay behind, and we've gotten to know a lot of them over the course of the years. And it's just a really fun place, especially this time of year.
Well, I love this. For all of you watching, that if you're fascinated, and if you're like me, you are, for more on Natalie, her company, and her books, follow her. Natalie, thank you so much. Please come back to the show.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. For more information, go to nataliefowler.com. And I'm going to have her come to this studio because I'm sure, Kendall, there's some old producers and interns that are haunting this place.
Totally.
Yeah, I feel them. The Spirit's Way Home is available wherever books are sold. Still ahead, everybody, we're talking about the new iPhone. Should you upgrade? I will try to break it down for you when we come back. Back in a moment.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Sing it out every day. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome back. The boys of the Am House, don't forget, follow them on social media, get the new album. Support local music, right, Kendall? That's right. Support local music and local psychic mediums. Welcome back to the show. It's hard to believe, but smartphones have only been around for 13 years. Isn't that nuts?
That is really weird, actually.
That's weird to think about.
Yeah.
2007 was actually the year Apple introduced the iPhone, and yesterday they unveiled the iPhone 12. The company calling it a new era for the phone. The same people that wrote that wrote ABC's Bachelorette promos. With 5G speed, meaning faster downloads, better service, and some perks. Now, since I just mentioned it, let's start there, because what we're going to try to do here is quickly break this down to try to help you decide if you should upgrade or not, if you are an iPhone user. I'll stop even right here and say a lot of the features on the new iPhone, Android has had for a while. So let me get that out of the way to speak to my Android friends who are going, But let's talk about the 5G. That was the big selling point. They had it in 1,000-point font behind a Tim. But this is the thing. Yeah, it's a great selling point. Guess what? Most of the country won't have access to 5G networks right now. We won't have access to it probably for a while. Like if you live in Hooterville, you're not going to get it probably until, I don't know, 2023? I don't know. It's not going to be that long, but you're not going to have access to it.
Is that because they have to do something with the actual physical tower?
The actual physical network,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, so that's the problem. So right there, if you're like excited about 5G, just know a lot of folks, a lot of you watching, you won't have access to it. The iPhone 12 and 12 Pro will be available starting next Friday, and the 12 Pro Max and the new iPhone 12 Mini will be available mid-November. Now, I said all of that because they introduced a lot of phones yesterday, so you're probably thinking, Jason, what's the difference? Let me talk about the Mini. A lot of people, including my mom, this phone, the 11, it's too big for most people.
Yeah.
So the Mini is about half of this size. It's the smallest iPhone ever created. So if you've always had complaints about the size of an iPhone, the Mini might be for you. Now, besides the 5G speed that I mentioned, many people are talking about the new photo and video capabilities. But what is it? Will you even take advantage of it? Well, a lot of you will, and you won't even know it. For instance, the phone lets you record 4K video with Dolby Vision. Let me break that down for you. Dolby Vision is like the premier shooting style or parameter for movies. Dolby Vision is like 80 bazillion K. And it's the only smartphone with Dolby Vision, which is basically what Hollywood uses in its sophisticated cameras. And some industry analysts are calling it a real game changer, like no hyperbole, a game changer. Night mode on the phone is also better for video and photos when it's dark out. Now let me touch on this because this is a practical thing that might entice you to buy the phone. A couple iPhones ago, if you would take a photo in the dark, it looked horrible. Again, Android's been better on this for a long time. This is nothing new for Android users. But the iPhone dark mode is getting even better. So if you take a lot of pictures, that could be a selling point right there. Another new feature is a magnetic back to allow for magnetic chargers, magnetic wallets. You know, you see those cases where you put your credit card, and magnetic just regular cases.
Okay.
This could be, I don't know if this is a selling point for all of you because it's just more things that you can buy from Apple. Now, there are some criticisms out there. Mainly, Apple is saying they're trying to be more eco-friendly. So because of that, they're not including a power adapter in the box anymore, and you're no longer getting earphones, saying it shrinks packaging and reduce wastes. So you're going to get the cord, but you're no longer going to get the charger that goes into your wall, and you're not going to get earbuds. My feeling on that is, if you've bought an iPhone before, we have 57 chargers.
Yeah.
So
I don't think we need that or the headphones. I never really use the headphones they send. They hurt my ears.
Yeah. So bottom line, if you are into taking pictures, or you haven't had an iPhone in a while, or you're in a place where 5G is available, this could be the upgrade for you. And the best part, the prices haven't changed from last year. Even the pros are staying right where they are. So make up your mind. I will tell you, this is probably the one iPhone that I would get. That's just me. Yeah,
really?
Seriously. If you've waited to upgrade, this is the one. Still ahead, do you believe in love at first sight? Did Bachelorette Claire fall hard on night one? Coming up next, producer Ted will recap the season premiere of The Bachelorette. Next.
All right. How are you?
Hi. Come on over.
I'm ready. You look beautiful.
Thank you. You look very handsome.
Thank you. I'm a hugger, so I've got a big hug for you.
I needed this. Oh, I needed this so bad. You have no idea.
Can you believe we're finally here, right?
We've waited a long time.
Yeah, it's wild. So, Claire, my name is Dale.
Nice to meet you, Dale.
While it's been a long time coming, I couldn't be more excited to take this journey with you.
I knew it. I definitely feel like I just met my husband. Oh my God. I'm shaking.
Yeah. That's how I felt when I met Kendall. And there it is. Love at first sight. Bachelorette Claire meets Dale for the very first time, and the connection is instant. It's the night we've all been waiting for, Americans. The Bachelorette is back. Claire met 31 dudes, but one of them may have stolen the show and her heart. And that means it's time once again for America Loves Ted. Joining us from Bachelor Nation headquarters, the president and treasurer of the Bachelor Nation, Ted Johnson. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning.
Ted, let me just, since we just rolled that clip, I'm not going to follow this right now. Let me just ask you right away. Our executive producer, our leader, our grand poobah, was very annoyed with Dale. Do you agree with him? I liked him.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that moment was pretty touching.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And here's the thing. Jeff doesn't like hugging, period.
Yes.
They all hug. I think if you don't hug them, that puts you at a disadvantage in this game.
I'm with you. Okay, so what happened with him? I mean, did it turn out as good as you wrote? I was going to say, the script you just wrote. Was it that good?
Well, so we saw them get out of the car. I had sort of assumed that they must have DM'd each other beforehand, but it didn't seem like they had communicated beforehand, because she actually had DM'd someone else. Someone had DM'd her during the off, when they were during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And they talked about it. So I think she just met him that night, and it was like, she goes in for the kiss. Watch this, and it's like, he is.
Oh, Ted.
She pulls him in.
She is like, look at her hands. She is all touchy on his face.
She knows what she wants, and she wants Dale.
Ted, I know that you spent the majority of your evening going through the history of the Bachelorette or Bachelor. Has this ever happened before, this instant connection?
No, not that we know of. You know, so maybe they have, but the show has gone out of their way to make it seem like it's a level playing field and, oh, I don't know who I'm going to choose. You know, you might have like a top 5, but we've never had like, that's the one.
Okay, now let's talk about, obviously, this isn't existing in a bubble. This isn't happening in a vacuum.
Yep.
We're going through a global pandemic, but they're still touching and feeling and hugging and all of those things. How are they doing this, Ted?
So they all went to the La Quinta Inn in Palm Springs and did, you know, like 14-day quarantine testing. I think they had, I don't know, 3 or 4 tests, and all the guys took videos of them after they got tested and, you know, shoved up the nose.
I love that they were at the La Quinta. That's fantastic.
That's where love is.
That is where you find love. Ted, we got to get a sponsorship. La Quinta, that's where you find love.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. Okay, so we know about Dale. Any first impressions about the other guys? Who are you liking or not liking?
I have a real bone to pick.
Ooh.
These guys, and we'll put Dale aside, these guys are pure vanilla. How was my tape not good enough to get on this show? I'm better than at least 5 of these guys.
I don't know. And all of you Jason Show viewers watching, jump on your phone and tweet ABC and The Bachelor. How did this gentleman right here not get chosen for The Bachelor? I mean, you're right. There are a couple duds in there, Ted.
Yep.
They could have put you in there. You would have added some sugar.
Right.
Oh, wow. Ted, did you hear that spontaneous laughter? That was from Kendall.
Wow.
Wow. Just for the record to show, Ted, I didn't laugh. I support you, Ted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had all these guys come out. I mean, that was pretty good. But, I mean, there was a guy in a straitjacket.
Look at him.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You're wasting time.
Knight in shining armor, original.
Waste of time, Ted.
Guy in a bubble. Wow, never thought of that one.
Yeah.
And this guy with a whoopee cushion ring.
See, and Ted, you wouldn't have needed any of those theatrics. You would have won her over in America just by your personality.
She would have been like,
wow.
Dale or Ted?
Exactly, Dale or Ted. Okay, buddy, you're gonna keep watching, right? Keep us updated.
Will do.
Okay, and we're gonna have to write Kindle up. That was just Ted. On behalf of all of us, I apologize.
Oh, hi, Sheila.
He's calling the general manager. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Ted. Well, we'll be back. Kendall may or may not be here. Back after this. I love he has Sheila's number on like speed dial, our general manager. Okay. Yeah, I can wait a minute. Yeah, you ready? It's Kendall and then Mark, common spelling on that. Welcome back, everybody. I'm sorry, I was talking to Sheila Oliver, getting your file ready for Ted. Wow, laughed spontaneously out loud at Ted, the thought of Ted on The Bachelor.
The way he phrased putting himself on The Bachelor.
I think Ted would be spectacular on The Bachelor.
He would. It'd be quite comical, and the production would be fantastic.
The ratings here would be fantastic. Hey, guys, if you miss our show live, don't worry. You can always catch full episodes on our YouTube channel. Just search for The Jason Show on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell, too, because if you hit the bell, then you will get a reminder when we upload a brand new episode. And thanks for the great comments and the subscriptions. We appreciate it. I got to finish my conversation with our general manager, and we will be right back. Stay with us, everybody. You want to go ahead and write Jeff up, too. Jeff. Welcome back, everybody. Our remaining minutes with Kendall. I don't. That sounded wrong. I didn't mean it like that. But anyway, no, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Are you circling back real quick? Are you going to get the new iPhone? Did I entice you there?
I don't know. I'm very curious about the mini.
Yeah.
Like the smaller version. I think I don't watch a lot of stuff on my phone. So,
yeah, I get it. Yeah, and if you're a photographer too, I forgot to mention the pros. You will have like raw pictures, which means you can edit it better. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
Let's check in with Jenna. Let's say goodbye to Jenna before we go. Hi, Jenna.
Hi.
Jenna, thank you so much. It's proof that we don't need 4, 5, 10, 20 people. We just need you. Will you come back and hang with us sometime?
Oh, definitely.
Thank you. And then next time we'll ask you another uncomfortable question of who you'll kiss or hug, okay?
Sweet.
Thank you, sweetie. There's Jenna, everybody. Don't forget, we'll have another virtual audience on Friday, and if you want to sign up, just head to our Jason Show Facebook page. That is going to do it for us today. Coming up tomorrow, well, there's nothing. The teleprompter's messing up. So I have... Oh, Houston White, this business entrepreneur that I adore. You're going to meet him. Do not miss tomorrow's show. That's coming up tomorrow. But right now, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.